Good morning, guys. It's Marco for Mayor. I hope your day is going well. Today, yesterday I did a video at night, so everybody already knows my feeling about Jorge Fernando Gonzalez and Adolfo Tellez, okay? I think they're rhinos. I think they're the problem in this party. And a lot of what we're going to talk about stems from what they're doing right now, okay? And the person that they're supporting in Renard Johnson, okay? This video is to memorialize my travel through as I was trying to become mayor of El Paso and where we're here now, okay? To explain why this video is happening. And just to give you a little insight. About a little more than a year ago, about a year and a half ago, I put my hat into the race to run for mayor of El Paso, Texas, okay? I announced that I was running on KTSM on Andrew J. Polk's show on 690 while it existed, okay? I'm sure the powers that be in El Paso got rid of that show because it was effective, okay? And when things are effective, you try to get rid of them. This is why we're going to be working on this channel going forward to make sure that we have a voice in El Paso that's getting out nationally, okay? So we have a lot of subscribers, and thank you to all my subscribers nationally and internationally, okay? Please share, like, subscribe, and spread this message to everybody, okay? This is to give you an insight into El Paso politics, and you know the chicanery that's going on right now. When I began running for mayor, and I want everybody to know, I really, going on Andrew J. Polk's show, doing the YouTube channel, being in these debates with these people, okay, with Brian especially, I want to say something. I got to meet everybody. And out of everybody that I met, I was really impressed with Brian. And little through the campaign, he became a friend. And I'm impressed at the level of knowledge that he has on policy. And it challenged me to become better, to become more informed. Because he, in my eyes, I was like, man, this guy knows what he's talking about. That dude's the target, okay? Renard, all he did was ever parrot what me and Brian Kennedy said, okay? That's all he ever did. When we were talking about tax policy or 380 agreements, anything that when discussing like, are taxes the problem in El Paso, Texas, okay? And how we would come at it from a different angle, because we were saying it's not actually the taxes that are the problem in El Paso, Texas. Problem in El Paso, Texas are our wages, okay? And the 5 entities that are attacking your pocket, okay? Which is only about 30% of El Paso attacks your pocket. And then you have 4 other entities that are taxing your pocket, okay? So we need to try and find a way to unify or rein that in for the benefit of the people, okay? Especially right now in inflationary times, because you're not getting the most out of your money because of inflation. And that's definitely making things harder. So thank God Trump is our president now, okay? When we started doing Andrew J. Polk's show many years ago, it was in defense of Donald Trump and everything, all his policies during COVID. And we came out hard in defense of people that were standing up against these nonsensical shots, okay? 20 to 30 million people have died because of these shots, okay? And that's not just me throwing numbers out there, guys. These are numbers by insurance actuaries that have done numbers, that have formulated these numbers globally. Go look at what happened in New Zealand, okay? They're prosecuting a guy who basically was in charge of all these numbers and let the cat out of the bag. That a lot of people were dying from these shots, okay? To the tune of about 20 to 30 million people, okay? Which is a tragedy in itself. And so we were promoting Dr. Robert Malone, my medical advisor, and somebody who I really appreciate giving me a handout, Dr. Peter McCullough. And we were talking about the issues that matter in the face of people calling me a Nazi, calling me a fascist, calling me everything. I think at the end, right before the end of Andrew's show, somebody was threatening our lives. It was crazy, okay? It was crazy times. And so as Andrew's show came to an end, I was seriously left with an issue here. I no longer had a voice, a way to get my voice out there. So I had this YouTube channel here, okay, that was a music channel, okay, and it was just called Awesome Music to Chill to or something weird like that. And so I decided to call it Marco for Mayor Chill Music because I still had a lot of music on this channel, and I want people, when they come to this channel, I want it to become a source of news, of entertainment, just some place that you can just come to and just chill out and enjoy what's going on. Enjoy your day, okay? Especially with music, it makes the day that much more beautiful. Going forward on this channel, what I'm going to try to do now is I have a thing for liberals who want to know about the economy, and for liberals who just want to know. That is going to become my news outlet, okay? What I'm going to do, and this is going to become weekly, we are going to have 20 videos that are informative to conservatives and Democrats that are leaning more centrist to right, okay? Because this movement, this MAGA movement, is a movement of working people that are from every spectrum of life, okay? And this channel is going to transform into a more informative channel, into a more entertaining channel. So when you come to my channel, guys, and you listen to the stuff that we're talking about that's important to us, well, guess what? You'll be able to just chill out, go listen to some music. If you want to get informed, go look at the videos that are shaping our world, and enjoy my channel, guys. Outside of this channel, we are still going to be going forward, and I'm going to keep running for mayor, okay, guys? It's a story that I want to end. It's a dream of my father, and I want everyone in El Paso to join me in that journey, to finish my story in this city and finally become the mayor and make the lives of Hispanics and El Pasoans better, okay? We deserve a lot better in this city. Brian is the first step, guys, and we got to make sure that we have a legacy of success. And so in some ways it's sad that I didn't ascend, right? But we're going to do everything we can to make sure that Brian Kennedy's leadership and ascension to mayorhood is going to be as successful as it can be. But going forward for myself, I'll still be involved. You know, as much as I love Brother Kennedy, the next time that there will be a mayor's race, I'm going to help him out as much as I can, because that's a commitment from me to him. But as a friend, he needs a challenge, okay? Every baby face needs a dragon, okay? And I have a different perspective than Brian Kennedy on how to make the city successful. But both of our ideas are fantastic, okay? And he, as he leaves office, whether it be in 4 years or in 8 years, we want there to be a continuous legacy of success for this city, to make sure that the proper growth is happening here without burdening the citizens of El Paso, taking advantage of the Trump administration to grow El Pasoans' wages and make sure that we're doing the things that we need to do in the city to make sure it grows properly for the ages to come, okay? What happened next, as I started running for mayor, I had a lot of people come to me and tell me, Marco, don't run, don't do this, blah, blah, blah. And in my mind, I'm like, ¿Qué te importa a ti? Like, what do you care what I'm doing? Right? Nobody else has stepped up to run again. Where was D? Okay? D was nowhere, okay? And then Winters, you know, I said, I'm gonna run. I came out 1.5 years. And then here comes Adolfo and everybody else sneaking Winters in there. Okay, they sneak in this dude. Which was fine. By the way, The first time that Winters went to speak at the GOP, Micah Bood asked him a question. Okay, not even a question, because he was talking about, and Micah Bood was like, "Are you running for mayor? Are you running to be the coach of this high school?" And when Winters was just after that, he was like, "I did it for the people. I did it for Adolfo." And when you, at that point, you're like, "Yeah, this dude's bot. This dude's a robot." And so people were coming to me and asking me, "Hey, don't run for mayor." What people don't understand about me, okay? I am a man of my word. When I tell you that I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. For better or for worse, guys, okay? I don't, if I'm committed, and it's not something like, I'm not gonna be like, "I'm gonna walk off this building, I don't give a damn what you say." That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is, when there's an avenue for success to make the lives of everybody else better, including myself, right? I'm gonna take that advantage of that, okay? The difference between myself, Winters, Adolfo, and Jorge Fernando Gonzalez, right? The chair of the GOP. The difference between them, myself, and even Irene, okay? My big sister, who I call Big Sis Irene, okay? The difference between them and us, me and Irene, is, guess what? They pick and choose people in the party of who's going to advance, who's going to ascend, okay? The people that they see fit. And it's not like that, guys. What me and Irene are doing is we're putting our hand back as we're trying to elevate ourselves, and we're saying, get on this ship with us. Because that is the MAGA movement. That is the movement of success, and that is the movement that the people have overwhelmingly voted for. Okay? Not only did he win the Electoral College, but he won the popular vote. And he definitely has a mandate coming into his presidency. But he did that by doing this, reaching back and bringing people with him. People you wouldn't think of, okay? This is why the establishment is freaking out with President Trump, because who is he ascending? People that you wouldn't think of. Because he's making people. He's trying to put them over. Come on. Come on, Matt. Come on, Tulsi. Come on, RFK Jr. We're building a brand new party. A party of the people. My vision and Irene's vision for this party is a party of the people. Not a party of the silver spoon elites. Not a party that lives on its knees serving the Democrat Party, but a party that means something and stands for something. And this is why when I made a commitment to run as mayor of El Paso, I never relented. I stuck to my guns. And we formulated a plan to go get the Vario more involved, including Irene. And between her work and my work, I like to think that all the people that voted for Trump, which was about, I think, 49% of El Pasoans voted for Donald Trump, I like to think that we had a little part in that. Because I talked to a lot of people, guys. And I almost want to dare to say thousands of people in El Paso. We told them of our ideas for Project Metropolis, how we could bring outside investors, create a brand new commercial downtown area, and bring better opportunities for El Pasoans by getting El Pasoans better paying jobs. Changing the face of El Paso, the way our vocational structure works, in order to cater to the workforce of tomorrow. This was my idea for El Pasoans. And it's still there, guys, okay? Because I know you all are going to help me finish this story, this journey that I'm on. People ask me to get out I told him I'm in it because I'm committed, and I gave my word. People have asked me to cut my hair. I tell them always I'm a Yaqui Native American, and I made a promise to God, okay? My little girl was born sick, and honestly, what can a man promise the Lord? You can give him all your worry. I'm going to give up chocolate. I'm going to give up this. I said, Lord, please protect my little girl, and I'll never cut my hair again. Watch over her. Life's hard. And I've never cut my hair again. She's 19 years old now. Beautiful girl. And even though I always say to everybody, I always tell them, hey, I'm a struggling atheist, okay? What do I mean? And people laugh when I say that. And then usually you hear it the other way, right? I'm a struggling person with faith, but I'm a struggling atheist, guys. I am not exactly the most faithful person in this planet, okay? But there are things in science and in reason and in comprehension and through my studies, guys. Go read. You have set, just to deviate again, okay, right? Doing what President Trump likes to do, the weave, right? Guys, go out there and read. Read everything you can. That's paper, guys. Go pick up books like Salinger. Go pick up books by Dostoevsky. How about picking up more modern day books like by Philip K. Dick, Scanner Darkly, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep, all these great books that are written by marvelous writers, guys, that are thinkers. Go read some of the great philosophers like Aristotle and Socrates, guys. Go take advantage of some of the people that studied the human mind, like Friedrich Nietzsche. And how about Carl Jung talking about, go read that book, Aeon. It's a fantastic book. It's a hard read, but go read it, guys. Go read and educate yourselves as much as you can. Study the world, observe the world. This way you can start to see the things that are driving the world and the policies. This is why I decided to run for mayor, guys. My idea as mayor of the city wasn't just to be the mayor of the city, but to be the advocate for El Pasoans, for humanity itself. Being a voice in a city doesn't mean that you only have to be a voice in the city, right? You can be a voice for the nation, for reason. This is why we're running for office, guys. And this is my point to Jorge and to Adolfo. If you are a Republican, okay, a conservative, and you're not doing this, okay, now, as this party has become the MAGA party, if you're not doing this for the people, why are we doing this at all? This is my point about what I'm telling you about what me and Irene are doing. When I reach back to bring our friends, our family, come on, guys, get on this ship, because we're leaving to a better place. We're leaving the mediocrity that has driven this country into a piece of garbage. And that's what me and Irene are doing. Come on, guys. Let's go. And what does the GOP do? They go around playing Games of Thrones. They go around being sneaky. Okay? When the mayor's race was over, guys, Renard called me and asked me for my endorsement. But in my mind, I'm like, this dude's a freaking idiot. And I'm not going to have anything to do with little Renard Johnson, okay? But I gave them my, hey, you know what, you're calling me, I'm not asking for concessions. You're asking me what it would take for you to get my support. And these are my conditions, okay? Never heard back. Brian Kennedy called me, and we had already been talking, and he's a good dude, and we had become friends. I expected him to call me, and I already knew I was going to give my support to Brian, okay? I asked Brian, hey, brother, You got my vote, but there needs to be some conditions as well, bro, okay? It can't just be, here's my vote, and that's it, like Winters did. You know, Winters, they went to him, and believe me when I tell you, the story is that Winters was taken to some people like something out of, you know, like here, it was like some cult movement and stuff, and we're going to bring you over here, Winters. You're going to meet the higher echelon. And that dudes from the higher echelon were like, yes, this is the perfect token. You will vote for Renard Johnson. And Winters was like, yeah, you got it, bro. I'm going to do whatever you say. And this is Winters right there, right? I did it for the people. I did it for Adolfo Tejas. You will vote for Renard Johnson. Yes, I am a zombie. I will vote for Renard Johnson. This is Winters, okay? Completely surrenders any semblance of loyalty to the party. Okay? This was my first priority after the mayor's race. Because now Kennedy was calling me. I needed to make sure, as a precinct chair for the GOP, that we were going to be able to get a mayor that was going to be able to effectuate policies that are in the interest of the GOP. And so when me and Irene and Kennedy went to, you know, we all hooked up at my restaurant, and we had a discussion for like 3 hours, guys. I regret not recording that on video, because it was so insightful into the city, into policy, into tax policy, into everything, guys. Because Brian Kennedy knows what he's talking about. He understands the policies that are actually hurting people in El Paso. He also understands that we need to find a way to unify the taxing entities that are harming people's pockets at this moment. And that's the benefit of getting somebody who's already in politics, guys, okay? Even though I'm learning, right? We're coming into politics now. We're becoming a politician, or at least attempting to, right? And guys, this is a process that we're going through. But what happens after this race, guys? There goes Winters on his knees, along with Adolfo Tejas and Jorge Fernando Gonzalez, okay, the head of the GOP, and they go on their knees, okay, and they are like, how can we do your bidding, my master? Immediately, not only that, they have a hostage video, which I took a picture of, where Renard Johnson and Cassandra are there. And let me tell you the little secret, guys, okay? Jorge went and got this pack. And it was either Jorge in secret or Adolfo Tejas. It was one of those two, okay? Probably along with Foster, and they went and got this Texas Project Red, or Texas Red Project, whatever it's called. It is, regardless of what it's called, it is Greg Abbott's PAC, okay, in Texas. I don't know if they know that if they're funding a hard Democrat who's a progressive, okay? But these people want slave and cheap labor on the backs of Hispanics in the state of Texas, okay? And this is partly and partial, even though they'll put this front of, oh, we're for immigration and blah, blah, blah. Why would you be funding a Democrat who's for this city becoming a sanctuary city? Because you have, and let me tell you guys, if Renard Johnson becomes mayor of El Paso, along with the city council, okay, and the city manager, you are going to have the most progressive Democrat city in all of Texas. More than Austin, guys. Mark my words, you're gonna regret if you vote for this knucklehead. The only stopgap right now is voting for Brian Kennedy, because he'll use his veto power, okay, guys? He's not afraid to do it. And he has allies like myself and Irene that are not afraid to come out in defense of Brian Kennedy and him trying to make the city function in spite of the progressives in the city. But these guys go hand in knees to the Democrat, which is Renard Johnson. Because the Fosters, along with the Hunts, and here goes Adolfo Tellez. And you think, again, guys, this is my point, okay? Adolfo Tellez gets this money from the PAC, and he doesn't say, here, Marco, here, Irene, here, anybody, at least to my knowledge. From him to me. Instead, they turn around and give that money to Renard Johnson, a hard progressive Democrat who's going to obliterate the city because he doesn't know his head from his ass. He is more bought than a hooker on Alameda Street, okay? This guy will obliterate the city, and he has no understanding when it comes to affordable housing. The tax, he keeps arguing that the taxes are too high. That is a lie to keep you off your toes. Because once you realize that the taxes are not the problem in the city, it's the wages, you will want better paying jobs. And that's something the GOP, along with all these rich pieces of crap that have these businesses in this city, do not want. Okay? They rather, and this was my plan. I already knew the amount of greed that was in the city. This is why I wanted to take it away from all that. I said, you people want to keep El Pasoans working for slave labor and wages instead of getting the better paying jobs and better vocational training for the jobs of the future, okay? You had no interest in doing that. What you all want is slave, cheap labor for this city, okay? This is why you backed Renard Johnson, because he is a younger version of Joe Biden. Okay, a dummy. Go, and don't take my word for it, guys. Go look at the debate that they actually put by El Paso Matters, okay? I reposted it on X. Go watch it. Renard, he waits for Brian to answer the question, and then this dude, like a little child, just mimes Brian Kennedy. So he's like, okay, here it comes. Okay. Yeah, what exactly what he said. It's almost like when you're reading Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, there's a part, or if you watch the movie, there's a part where they're like, don't vote for stupid, and it's like, don't vote for me, but I'm stupid, like don't vote for this dude. And it's the same dude. It's him on both sides, okay? Renard Johnson. In our debates, this guy literally would take our ideas on stuff we were talking about that was important, guys, okay? And so we were talking about tax policy in the city, 380 agreements, how you would basically get private corporations to take responsibility over their private property, how you would actually make affordable housing function, who would front the bill for that. I mean, stuff of that matter, okay? Of that matter. He never, by the way, would never answer that. Okay, when I was asked about who is going to, especially when we went to Gephardt, okay, we went to this, they were basically the real estate agents of El Paso, and it was me, Renard, a bunch of people went there. They didn't want to support anybody, okay? But I must have been the only person in that room when they asked this question, what are you going to do to address affordable income housing in El Paso, Texas? And I asked the hard question, who here is going to pay for that? Who here is going to create the subsidy to get these people to this place where we're calling affordable income housing, okay? Because if it's by the government, then it's not affordable income housing. The reality is we're putting them into HUD housing, okay? Owned by the government. If we're talking about affordable income housing, okay, to get people in there, that means that there are homes and you'll get a subsidy, okay, of about 15 to 10,000. That's a down payment for a house. But that's not the way it works. The way it's supposed to work is that you go with 30% down, okay, a certain percentage down. So I'm going to buy this house. I'm going to have $30,000 down. Boom. I'm going to have something down. I'm going to have $20,000 down. I'm going to have $15,000 down. Now, if you add that to the supplemental, that's about $30,000. Now you're entering into an agreement for a house for you to become the owner where it's reasonable. And guess what? You won't have to get equity insurance, which you still want to get equity insurance, but you won't be upside down. And now you're not going to be paying up the ass where as the average person who just shows up to buy the house because he has $20,000 down, $30,000 down for the house, right? He's not going to be in danger. And they're not going to ask for equity insurance because first off, he's not at risk. He's not a person buying the house that's a risky investment to give money to for this home, okay? And there's a lot involved when you're buying a house. I mean, they just make it sound like, oh, you're going to get a affordable income house. We're just going to put you in there. No. You got to guarantee the escrow. There's a lot that it goes on with buying a house, guys, okay? Please go research on everything that happens when you're going to buy a home. And next time you hear politicians talking about affordable income housing, ask yourself who's going to pay for that, guys, okay? So this is some of the things that they would ask Renard and Winters. Winters, forget it. He was just like, I did it for the people. I did it for Jorge and Adolfo. Okay, that's all he would say, really. Like, I know nothing. And then we'll talk about, like, I came up with, oh, yeah, his biggest thing, let's not charge taxes to old people. And let's not charge them property taxes. And I'm like, brother, a lot of them aren't even paying taxes because they can't afford it. Okay? But what are we gonna, so we're going to go back in, which in my opinion, guys, if we can give this money to Ukraine, okay, and illegal immigrants, this is, again, guys, this is about reaching back. Come on, guys, get on the ship, right? If you pieces of work in Washington can give that kind of money to Ukraine and illegal immigrants, you can give that to the people of El Paso and the United States that need it, like elderly people, right? That haven't paid taxes on their homes for years because they're living on $800 a month, okay? Think of that, guys. Think of the people that have to exist on Social Security right now under Joe Biden's administration. They're truly eating cat food, okay? That's what's going on, guys. So the election happens now. Brian, is running in this runoff. Go vote for Brian Kennedy. He's a superior candidate. And what do these guys do at the GOP? They go, again, guys, Adolfo takes Winters to go meet, the Foster family. Something out of, like some movie where it's like, you're going to meet the higher echelon, Hydra. And, Winters goes in there and he's like, hail Hydra. Yes, you will vote for Renard Johnson. Yes, I will vote for Renard Johnson. And that was that, guys, okay? And what is his gift for living on his knees? And not even voted in, guys. So we're going to make a stink of this. So Jorge, if you watch this video, brother, you better get ready for a fight, because how is this guy your co-chair? He's not voted in by us, okay? And we're going to make it ugly for you, okay? Going past this election, Jorge, you're on notice. that we're going to seek a vote of no confidence in your leadership because you failed this city, okay? You did. You failed conservatives and you benefited, you and Adolfo Tejas worked on behalf of the Democrats. So to all Republicans in this city, just to let you know, the fox is in the henhouse now, okay? So the Democrats are in the Republican Party, represented through Adolfo Tejas and Fernando Gonzalez, okay? And Stephen Winters. They are now the Democrats inside the GOP working on behalf of Renard Johnson, okay? A progressive Democrat who is going to implement, along with the progressive city council members, a sanctuary place where now we're going to be fighting the Trump administration on illegal immigration policy when it's none of their business here. Okay, just allow ICE to go to the jails and get the criminals, but these idiots will make it. They're gonna go get abuelita and abuelito, and they're gonna just lie off their ass. Okay, this is why this channel's created, by the way, to combat that kind of lie. You guys could have done, and this is, guys, listen. If that was me getting that kind of PAC money, $350,000, we would have invested into all of the candidates. We would have had commercials for them. We would have done whatever we could to support the local Republican conservative candidates in El Paso to make sure they were successful, okay? And the GOP is gaining ground in El Paso, okay? 49% for Donald Trump is no joke. 89,000 votes for Irene Almendares Jackson is no joke, guys, okay? My first time out, I got 12,000 votes. Pretty good. And we worked pretty hard, guys. Name recognition, we have to get out there, guys. So it's a slow work in progress, okay? Irene's been at this for a long time. I'm coming along, guys. I wanted big things immediately off the gate, but we'll keep working at it, guys. Establishing this channel, getting the word out, and reaching out to you all to talk about issues just like we're talking about right now. The real politics that's going on in the GOP in El Paso, Texas, guys. The kind of nonsense that our leadership does to stab you in the back as a conservative in El Paso, Texas, guys. So I'm going to leave you with all of that for now. You have a little bit of an insight of what happened during the campaign and what's going on in the GOP now with Jorge and Adolfo working on behalf of the Democrat Party. The fox is in the henhouse, guys. Now it's up to every single conservative, every single Republican in the city to tell the establishment no. Brian Kennedy has promised all of us that he's not for sanctuary city status, that he'll be a stopgap on the radical progressives in this city, that he'll maintain the tax base and actually work on reining in the other 4 taxing entities that are obliterating your pocket, guys. And we're going to help him do that, guys. We are going to work to make the GOP better. And I know Adolfo and I know Jorge, it makes you scared when people like myself and Irene don't bend to your will, because we are more concerned about our people, La Raza, conservatives, and El Pasoans, that we make their lives better, and your only concern is the rich, smug, silver spoon elites in this city that have made this city mediocre decade after decade after decade. And you, Jorge, Fernando Gonzalez, and Adolfo Tejas, you decided to join the greatest criminal syndicate of all time just to have a seat at their table. And let me tell you something. You're not on their table. You're on the little kiddie table because they don't give a damn about you. You're just a useful idiot for them. And you keep going back because you love to live on your knees. I love you guys. We'll talk later. Marco Antonio Contreras for mayor. Help me finish my story, guys. I love you all.